to. Hello.
Hi.
So, for the people who are just arriving, we were discussing the program, and some people were unable to download Adobe Illustrator. So I'm gonna see if I can find an alternate program. So I know you weren't able to do your croquis. That gives you a pass, huh?
Yeah, I did mine.
You did yours?
Yeah.
How'd they come out?
Let me show you. A second.
Oh, wow. Okay. Ah, look at there.
I don't see anything.
Can everybody else see it?
Ooh, oh yeah,
No.
that's really nice.
That came out really, really
Beautiful.
nice.
Oh, okay, that's good.
My
Wow.
tutorial ends today.
Wow, that came out.
Who did that? Who was that? A beer?
No,
Who was that? Who did it?
That
myself.
Fahima.
Rahima.
That's good.
Yes, you did a good job. And this is and I'm really, really proud of you, because she hasn't taken fashion sketching. I don't know. Did you take fashion sketching?
No, I haven't.
Right. She hasn't taken fashion sketching, so that came out really nice. You know, she basically kept it on proportion. So let's see. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
This one more.
Getting books. So in the book, this is, let's see, figure drawing for fashion design. And I don't know if everybody can see this. Wait a minute. My lighting is, I went with natural lighting, but maybe I need to not do natural lighting. I need to do. Okay. You see that? Oops. This one. Let's see. I don't know if everybody can see that. Okay. So this basically gives a let's see if I can do something. Hold on. I'm gonna get my phone out here. Okay, so I did that. Let's see if we can share my screen. Okay, share screen. Desktop, share. Okay, so now you see my screen. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my messages. My camera. Go here. And then I'm going to AirDrop. Settings. So Bluetooth on. This is technology for you. Go to my pictures, picture, this, airdrop. Okay. I was trying to send something to your teacher. Look at there, Miss Slate. That was taken about 7 years ago.
Is that you?
Yep, with a wig on. Okay, so this is a picture that I took a picture with my phone. And let's see, I'll try. Ah, there you go. So this is the picture that I just took with my phone, and it gives like an idea of the proportions when you're drawing your figures or your croquis.
Where?
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But where?
Where? What? Wait. Where's what? Can everybody see it or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for those
Yeah, I can see.
for those of you who've taken the fashion class with me, we did 8 head. This isn't broken up into 8 heads, but and it's a little bit more difficult for me to draw as I used to do on the board. This gives you an idea of the proportions. So if you're in, oh, I had to do a flyer. Okay. So if I were to go into Illustrator, hopefully I can do this. Let's see. Where is it? Uh-oh. Okay. Finder. So it's here. Oops, that's this. Can't do that. Hold on. Oh my goodness. So where did that picture go? Oh my goodness gracious. And I don't know what I named it. AirDrop. Download. Okay, this must be it. There it is. Okay. So I grabbed that, and now I'll save. So if I get things off my phone, sometimes I have to rename it and save it as something else. So now I'm saving it as a JPEG. Hopefully it'll do it. Okay. Now, obviously, that's bigger than my page. So, if I'm trying to do a series of drawings for my computer and for designing, you basically want all your drawings or all your croquis to have the same proportions. Okay, so what I try to do is, what I did was I added my rulers, which is Command R. So if you hit Command R, your rulers appear. Now, we were doing 8-head croquis. So what I like to do is, let's see, I'm gonna go Window, Layers. I'm gonna put this on the back layer, and I'm gonna add a new layer. Okay. And then I'm gonna hide that for a second. If you are doing equal parts, you're just gonna bring your ruler down and you're gonna say, and I'm gonna use inches, and then I'm just gonna go, that's one head. And I'm just gonna go in increments of an inch. Is everybody seeing what I'm doing there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the first one, and this is kind of a review for everybody who's taken my sketching class. But your first one is your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what is the second one?
Neck and shoulders.
Neck.
Neck and shoulders.
Boo.
I thought it was your breast.
Right. Woo.
What is it?
Your breast.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
so the boobalas go here. Oops. So the girls go there. Okay. Oops. What is 3?
Your navel.
Right. So, and I'll adjust this as need be, but I'm gonna go to my pen tool. And let's see. Okay, see this? This little thing switches colors. Okay, what's 4?
Your crotch area.
Yep. So, okay. So 5, approximately 5.5.
Is she like your knee or something? Is that the knee or the mid leg?
Oops, it should be here. That's your knee. So what I'm doing is hitting Option to duplicate it. So these are your knees. Um, and then about here, like 7.25. Ankle. And so what you're doing basically is coming up with, okay, I'm gonna give you the mannequin thing. Ooh. Oh, this is harder than I thought. Hold on. I thought I was just gonna be able to shoot it real quick, but But let's see if I can get, oops, I gotta send these. I forgot to send them. Photo. Okay, that's computer. Sending one. Okay, so what that's doing is you're basically creating this. You see how that's like, it's a little mannequin. So at each point, that's what it's going, you know, that's what you're going to do. Your head and your hands are the same, basically the same length. Same with your feet. And then your elbows fall at around the same point as your waist. So, oops. So what in, oh, that's a blurry picture, but you see how you can then start moving things around to get, oops, to get different poses. Okay, so do I have to? I'm missing, okay, we got 10 people in the class and I'm missing somebody. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who am I missing? Okay. All right. Okay. Any questions thus far?
I'll take it.
So I'm gonna keep this up. Hold on. Oops.
I have a question. Isn't this 7-head croquet? Or is it considered 8?
It is, let's see, what I was doing that in? This is 8. So
It is 8. Okay.
this is an 8. Did I miss? Okay. Ignore the fact that that starts at 1. We'll just do this. Oops. We'll just start our numbering. So you see, this is 1, that's 1 inch, which is 1 head. 2, so we'll do, oops. 6, 7, 8. So you'll be able to see this on replay.
Thank you.
Oops. 6, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is me being nitpicky. All right, so the head falls at 1, then the chest falls right at the 2 line, then the waist falls at 3, the crotch, the knee falls at 5.5. So that's where it's at 6. And then the ankle falls around 7.25, and then the foot would fall somewhere a little longer. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Now, the reason why I use an 8 head is because it's just a little easier to remember the numbers. Okay. So it's a little easy to remember the numbers if you're doing an 8 head. Now, some people like to do 9 heads. Some people like to do 10 heads. You know, it will change. All you would have to do is then change your perspective. So everything would lengthen if you were doing a 10 head. Okay. And 10 heads is really, really exaggerating. Now, my shoulders may be a little bit in the wrong spot. So it's like 2.25 or 1.25 for where your neck is. So each time when you're doing your initial croquis, you can kind of start putting the shapes in where they need to be. So let's do this so that these are the same. So what I'm doing is I'm building out, oops. My little wireframe here. So you would have your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your waist, your crotch, and that was a rough looking crotch. Ooh. Then your knees, your ankles, your feet. So what they did was they have where the ankle is, then they have where the foot starts, and then they have where the bottom of the foot is. Do you want me to send you a copy of these pages? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The pages that you're creating right now,
Or no, the pages, the mannequin pages.
is that in the book in our sketching for fashion book?
Um,
No, different book.
this is a slightly different book. I picked up a couple of
Okay.
books. This is from Figure Drawing for Fashion Design.
Okay. Okay.
You know, when I see books on sale, I kind of pick them up. You know, I tend to, you know, look for some books on Amazon, and if they're under a certain price point, I'll just pick them up. I think that one was maybe, I can't even remember. I don't go over $30. So I try to keep it low. Yeah, I picked up that one, and I picked up the fashion sketchbook. Now this is an older version, because I think the other book started to go out of print, so I had to start researching new books for the class. So if you've previously taken fashion sketching, then the other book you can use as a reference. But because I think that one is out of print for a lot of students, I have to switch over to a new book, and they have not approved which book I will be teaching from. So it's a toss up. So I had to basically try to research from 3 or 4 different books. Now, each book has a different head size that they use. The one that the 8 head is closer to an actual body than the 9 or 10 head. The 10 head, 9 and 10 head are more exaggerated. But I find sometimes that because we're designing for different or sometimes more curved, that a more actual size drawing would be a little bit better, rather than only doing things for the fashion models, the the thin models. So all of these proportions can be stretched and changed based on what you like. Now, if you wanted to, if your designs are more for pret-a-porter, or just a little bit more fancy, then what I would do is I would change the waist, and then change the length of the legs. So where I think I'm a little bit off is on the waist size. But you can check your book for a better guide, because basically your head My head is here. I'm winging this. That don't look right. I think my head size is too wide. So what I'm doing is, oops, I'm going by that, huh? So that was the chest. So if you look at this, the middle of the chest is your guideline or where your waist needs to be if you're doing the thin version. So literally, I'd be moving the waist in.
Uh-oh, what happened? What did I do?
Well, did you lose me?
Hold on, let me see. I did something. No, I'm back. I got it, Logan.
So I'm kind of following the wireframe instead of being, instead of following my own head. But I would, ooh, she's looking a little bad here. Okay. Anyhow, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm just doing straight lines, then it would, you know, oops. If you connect the dots, you could go all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go save as.
Now that would be a removable part, right?
Right. So
Okay.
like once you create your croquis piece by piece or by using this method, what can happen is each part, and let me throw in an arm here real quick. Okay, so this is the elbow. yeah, elbow, and then and I'm just doing this arbitrarily. Oops. Okay. So if this is your hand, and I'm not doing the whole thing, but if this is your hand, then you can actually take things, and if you set it up right, then you can start. You have your guides to move stuff around. So that when you draw different, when you draw different poses, everything will be in proportion. So no matter what, always your clothes would always be in proportion, or your model would always be in proportion. So no matter what you draw, once you get this part set up, everything else will fall in proportion and you'll never have to do it again. So even just doing this, at that point, window, where's my layers? I can take all my guides and then put them on a separate layer. So at that point, if I lock that, then I don't have to worry about my guides moving. See, I can't even highlight them unless I'm in there. So I got my guides, and then this would be artwork, and then I could save. Oops. I could save out each thing separately. Did I take everything to? Okay, no. I could save out a part for hands, save out a part for torso. I can save out each part.
Okay, so now when you're saving each part, are you putting them on a layer or are you actually putting them like in a folder?
I'm putting them on a layer.
Okay.
Okay. So eventually, and this is getting further down the line. Eventually, what can happen is you can have a folder that has different hands in different poses. You can have a folder like here with all of your different assets. And then eventually you'll have built up a library of all of your body parts. Then you'll have a library of different clothing. And from there, you can utilize these same shapes to then build out your, like a line, you know, so then creating different, doing a number of, what is it? I'm losing my thought pattern. Creating a collection would be easier
I'm in
because
class.
then you would have
Class is
all
over.
of your bodies that you can use as templates for everything else. Because once you draw it, then you could just repeat it. So then you would just do no. You can do 8.5 by 11 this way, or 8.5 by 14, and you would have a collection of so basically I could then do that, and I would have multiple people, and you can just design your heart away. You know, and you want to change the pose from this way. So at that point, I reflected her, and then I could do her like that, you know. So I'd have different poses, but they would all be in proportion to each other. You know. I'm just putting some hair on her. She's got I don't know, I'm just being funny. So you could just do different things to these things, these croquis that are now in proportion to each other. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you
got it.
basically, right
Got
there,
it.
you copied, you have a copy of 4 of them, right? And
Right.
then you alter one at a time.
Right. So each one of these, I just hit Command C, and Command C works in any program. Command C, copy, Command B, paste, works in any program. So,
Okay.
you know, even, and I was being funny about using, there was somebody, we were doing graphics in Word, you know. Let's see. Let's be real funny. We got Word open. So if we're drawing, sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do.
Right.
You know? So say for example, you had this. Oops. For those people who aren't, so I'm gonna Command C out of here. Let's see if it works. Ah, okay, so
Yes. Yay.
hey, I'm doing stuff. Okay, so I'm in Word. So now I can literally do something similar in Word. If you need to do some drawing to get your ideas across. Let's see, I'm drawing. Okay, standard colors. Okay. So if I'm drawing, I can do the drawing in Word. I might not be perfect with it, but it still gives me the option of coming up with some let's see, with some designs by using these quirky characters.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in Word. So if I'm, let's see, design. You can put your shapes in there.
Nice.
You see what I'm doing?
Mhm.
So what did I do? Okay. Layout, insert, shapes. So I'm sitting here and I'm being meticulous and I'm drawing the shapes to do it. And then once you get all of your shapes together, you know, you can do your mannequin in Word if you must to get through the class. You get it? So, this is just basic mannequin style. We're just doing a mannequin. So basically what I'm gonna do is for those of you who cannot get the Adobe program, you might have to figure out how to do this in Word just to get your idea across. You saw it, there was drawing tools in there. So you can do a basic outfit by using Word just to get your idea across. And sometimes you have to do that to get your idea across to a customer, but you do want to make sure that your drawing is in proportion. So what we did was or what I just did was I can draw a mannequin. I can also use the drawing tools and the eraser tools to come up with an outfit. And of course, with Word, you can go home and you can zoom in on the pages. And then once you do your drawing, you just delete the back. So if I'm drawing an outfit, oops. I did not draw. Okay, now it's not letting me draw. Hold on. Colors. You know, I can sit there and I can draw a blazer by using the principles of what I know. It might not be the most perfect. Oh, that the arm looks terrible, but people can get the point across on ideas. Where is it? You see that? So in Word, we can do some of the things that as in a drawing program, but it's not a vector-based program. So you would have to utilize your skills as best you can to follow. Oops. Oh, to follow some of the ideas that we just did. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Nope.
Does everybody have Word? Kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I know some of you do have Illustrator, right? There's a
don't.
couple people,
I
right?
I don't have
Yes.
No, I don't have.
I have nothing but a tablet.
Okay. So your tablet, you're able to capture pictures. You may have some
Mhm.
type of drawing program in your tablet that allows you to do this.
Mm.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know how to do is cut it on.
Well, you know what? Everybody is at different levels with their technology. And I truly understand that, and I know that we're all at a slight disadvantage because this is not a prepared way of teaching any of these classes. But we're all having to adapt from every aspect of life. You know, I got clients now that have to do social media advertising and they've never done social media advertising. I have music clients that are having to do they don't have to, but they're doing concerts online that they would have never thought about doing before, just to keep their constituents engaged.
I understand that.
There are all kind of teachers that are now that have face-to-face classes that are now like me doing whatever kind of classes in you know, out of their home. So everybody is doing things slightly different or learning how to adapt. Some
I understand that.
Some teachers are using Zoom, some teachers are using GoToMeeting, some are putting their things on the Blackboard, LMS, but none of us were prepared. When we came into the class, we didn't think we would have to alter our way of doing anything. And so whatever you are able or capable of doing, whether it's watching and participating, whether it's going forward with your designs in Illustrator or by hand or by any other means, then we're gonna adapt and accept that, because at least you're learning something, you know. And as a designer, you're gonna have to learn, no matter what, you're gonna have to learn how to adapt. Every company, somebody's here. Hold on. Who's waiting? Oh, somebody got kicked off.
Who got kicked off?
I think that's Benita. She's back. Okay, so every time we're presented with a challenge, or like, say for example, you get a job and at one place they're using one program, and then the next place they're using another program, and then the next place you might be doing things by hand. So we just have to learn to be creative and adapt to whatever methods are available. Now, I just basically gave you an idea on how to do some designs in Word. That's fine. If you want to do some designs by hand, that's fine too. If you have a tablet and you're doing some stuff by hand, then basically all you have to do is take a picture of it and send it to me. If you're
what do you mean when you say, what do you mean when you say do by hand? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, some of the, as we know, some of our students do not have everything, you know. Okay. So the goal of this class was to be able to use some kind of computer aided method in which to do your design. So say for example, you have a tablet and you're not able to or you want to do a final project, then draw it by hand and take a picture of it and send it to me, you know. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, if you're taking a picture with a tablet, that's computer aided, right?
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, you know, we're gonna have to do some and our final project would be like I wanted it to be a collection, but it could be one outfit, you know.
What is the last day of this class?
It's
hopefully tomorrow.
June. June 9th.
Coincidentally, what's the last day?
It's the first week. We have a month.
Okay, it's only a month, because I was looking at the times, the days you have listed on this email, and it went all the way up to
June 30th, I know. I was learning how to set up Zoom.
it might have been 11. I'm talking like 11 more weeks.
No,
No, we have 6 more weeks.
Okay,
Right.
6 more weeks.
I was hoping to have the program to be able to be set up for you by this week. Hopefully we can get some form of the program to students. But I have talked to one of the deans, and he was like, I told him all of my students don't have the same kind of platforms at home. And he's, oh,
Where did you go?
okay, wait a minute. Did I leave?
Oh, I thought I didn't hear you.
Okay. So, Anita's iPad.
Yeah, my volume on last week it was my iPad. This week is this laptop. That's not the volume. I can't hear you at all. So I was trying to re-download it. It told me to restart my computer, which I did. That's why I left. So now I'm back on my iPad.
So you're back and forth between different things.
Yes.
But
Right.
that's okay. So, the dean said, what you do is you try to give, you try to teach where students are, and we're doing the best we can. Let's see. Oh, we've been on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, time flies.
Wow. Okay. So for those students who have Word, try to come up with a cool Word design. Do the best you can. Let's see what we come up with. For those of you who have Illustrator, please submit your croquis to me via email. Let's see, what else? Croquis via email. I'm going to send over the mannequin to you. I'll send you a few. And you can come up with some different things using the mannequin. For the people who have completed last week's assignment, I want you to, what is this week's assignment? Hold on. So, FAD-107. Seven. Oh, that's my resume. Y'all want to see that? Okay. Ugh. Okay, so what we were supposed to do in week 10, which would have been adding textiles or photos to drawings. Okay, so next week, and this is for everybody, I want you to find 10 different textiles or patterns. Okay? And you can use your tablet, or you can find them online, or they could be from things in your house. And let's see if I can find a pattern, a texture. Okay, so I don't know if anybody can see this. Let me, hold on, let me. Stop share. Okay, so see, here's a nice fabric.
Mhm.
Textile is like glittery. Let's see if I can find another fabric. Here's my dog's sweater. Okay, so so you got the dog sweater, and it's a different fabric. So we're going to talk about how to show these fabrics in your drawing. Okay, so each person has to find 10 patterns. You know, here's another one, like that. We're gonna figure out how to create these patterns in our drawings.
Mhm.
Aha.
What was it?
What were you gonna say?
What was the assignment we had for last week?
It was drawing croquis.
So we did do the 3 croquis and not clothes.
You could do it was actually just drawing 3 croquis.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you've done more than that, then complete the 3 croquis for next week.
Okay.
And find me 10 fabrics. Okay? If you do
So
not
are you asking us to draw the fabrics or send you tons of 10 different fabrics?
I'm just saying find them.
Okay, okay,
Just
okay.
Okay.
10 fabrics and take a picture.
Okay, so if you want to go forward, you can start drawing. You can either scan it in or
Oh, we're good.
okay, because next week what I'll do is I'll show you how to utilize these fabrics in different ways in your drawing. So if you're doing Word, we're gonna take the pictures and we're gonna put them in Word, and then you're going to fill your drawings with these textures. If you're doing Adobe Illustrator, you're gonna either learn how to do a clipping path to fill your drawing with the texture, or you're going to learn how to draw the texture and do repeating tiles so that you can make a pattern. Ooh. So, I mean, the first one is easier than what it sounds. So, for example, let's go found new. Okay. So, for example, oops, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. Okay, you see my screen now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so say for example, I have a circle. Oops. All right. So if I went online, file, new tab. If I went online and looked up sweater, oops, knits. So if you found something like this, and I'm just doing this as an example. If it was a clean photo, all you would have to do is put this object arrange, bring the front, on top of this, and I'm going to select both. You go to Window, Pathfinder, oops, not Pathfinder, sorry, Object, Clipping Mask, Make. And so now I have an example of that pattern inside a shape. So say for example, I wanted to make a skirt. I'm just doing just a regular skirt there. And that looks terrible, but I'm gonna flip these colors. Yeah. Object. Object, clipping mask, release. If I had a skirt, I could then put that in the skirt. So that's an easy way to do it. Then there's other ways where we'll talk about next week, where we'll do the actual drawing. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna find 10 fabrics, and you're also going to draw or finish drawing your croquis, and you can put one outfit on the croquis. Uh-oh, I hear heavy breathing.
Somebody's snoring.
Oh, somebody's snoring.
No.
That's okay. You know what? You're at home. Do what you can.
I know.
Okay. Any
All
little
right.
bit helps. This right now, this is a learning class. We're just
I
learning
understand.
together. We're doing whatever we can to learn together. Okay?
Yes.
If you need to review this, I will have it up by tomorrow. Because it takes, I'm seeing it takes a long time for me to process the video. So it should be up by tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to review any of this, or you can email me. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, I will see everyone next week. I know I've taken up a lot of your day. Ha 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 ha. So I hope that I'm giving you some fun assignments or some things that you can use in the future.
Oh, this is working.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna stop
All right.
recording.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Okay. Where's stop? Okay. Hey, lady. How's the baby?
It's okay. I have 3 weeks.
It's gonna be all right.
Inshallah. But it's difficult now. It's heavy. I cannot sleep.
Oh no, I remember that. Ugh. But it's good.
Yeah.
You look pretty.
Thank you.
You know, we all have to things we have to do. But you know, hopefully,
But
you know,
if I miss that class, what happen if I'm
not
with my
a lot of people aren't able to download the program.
that program
Yeah.
which you told me, is it 30 days free?